Hello, I'm Nicole Nicholson. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm going to do another entree item for you today. We're going to do a breakfast entree item. I'm an event planner in Baltimore. Last weekend I was actually called to do a brunch for a family friend slash client. Throughout the year we'll usually go to his home and do several things. And because of you girls coming up with all these great cream cheese recipes, I was able to include so many wonderful dishes that included cream cheese last week. One thing that I often do for brunches is a smoked salmon and cream cheese platter. Very regular. It includes your bagels, your salmon, your cream cheese, all of your fixings, your tomatoes and onions or whatever you might want to put on your bagel. But what I came up with for my guests last weekend was a smoked salmon, cream cheese, scrambled egg. Kept me out of the kitchen. I didn't have to worry about replenishing the platter, and I didn't have to keep making omelets made to order. So I'm going to show you what we have here in terms of the ingredients. I'm making this today just for my husband and I, so I just have 4 large eggs that we're going to scramble. You can see I have about 2 tablespoons of milk in my eggs. I always include milk in my eggs. I have a half a cup of smoked salmon. I'm using sockeye. You can use whatever kind you want. We have 2 tablespoons of sliced red onion, a 1/3 cup of grated tomatoes that I've halved, 1.5 tablespoons of capers. We're going to use some chive for garnish later. Our Philadelphia brand cream cheese, which we'll use about 2 to 3 ounces chopped. And I'm going to chop that while my eggs are working. And we're going to start our eggs with about a tablespoon of unsalted butter. Salt, pepper to taste. So let's get started. I already have my skillet heating to go ahead and start melting our butter. I always do my eggs in butter because I just like the creaminess that it adds. And if you saw, I did include a little bit of milk in my eggs. I used to think that my mother did that to stretch the eggs, but it was always a method to her madness when she cooked, and it was because it does make them nice and creamy, and they come out nice. Now I over whip my eggs because I grew up with a brother who would not eat his eggs if he saw any of the white membrane. So before I pour those in, I'm going to move my butter around, and I'm going to go ahead and pour my eggs right into my pan. Just let them get a little. This is such a quick and easy dish. And if you love the flavors of smoked salmon and cream cheese, I think you're going to like this. Now you can see the eggs are almost done that fast. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my capers. I'm going to start building our flavor. My tomatoes. Our red onion. And I'm going to just give that a little turn. And we're going to use about a half a cup of our smoked salmon. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat so we can get our cream cheese ready. Now you can see I have not salt and peppered yet. I like to salt and pepper at the end of this dish. because you have a lot of salty elements in there. You have your capers that are going to give you some salt. The smoked salmon is going to give you salt. So doesn't that look beautiful? I'm going to add my pepper. And just a little bit of kosher salt. So are you thinking she hasn't even added her smoked salmon yet? I'm sorry, my cream cheese. I'm gonna put this right into the serving bowl, into a serving platter. I have my cream cheese, and this is what we're gonna do. I like the texture of the cream cheese still in there, so we're just gonna lump it in right here onto this while it's in a serving plate. Let's say use 2 to 3 ounces because you're just kind of just gonna pinch it off and stick it right into your eggs. And as you plate it, it's gonna get melted and it's gonna be beautiful. I love cream cheese. So I have a little bit more. Remember, this is just for my husband and I. I'm gonna put a little bit of fresh chive over the top of there and pull my bagel out of the toaster and put that on there. And it's a beautiful breakfast smoked salmon and cream cheese entree. Let's give a little taste. And you can see, like I said, they're hot eggs. As you're pulling them off, you get your pieces of your cream cheese. It's not completely melted in there. It's lovely. I'm going to try to get a little bit of everything in my bite. That's delicious. That cold cream cheese still in there gives it such a nice little texture to your meal. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I hope to see you next time.